Hey everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Colleen and Kate. And all the buttons are buzzing and humming here, and it says that we're live, so that's a good sign. I'm still checking on the internet. I'm checking on Facebook here. Sometimes it can take a second. Yes, we're live. Awesome. So welcome everyone. I am Colleen Lloyd Roberts, and I am the co-founder of Monkeys and Hats digital marketing and e-commerce websites. And you are joining us for Coffee with Colleen and my fabulous co-host. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Kate Holmes of Too Good to Be Through, which is the premier site for resale professionals, and I'm the author of Too Good to Be Through, the complete operations manual for resale and consignment shops. And we're here today talking, as Colleen mentioned, about PMI. And PMA. So I had to look up PMA. What the heck is PMA? I came up with Produce Marketing Alliance. So are we going to be like selling lettuce today? Or an alternative, the second one down on the Google search was Pilates Method Association. So are we doing our Pilates and our planks today? Lettuce, planks, or
could it be positive mental attitude? I'm going to go with positive mental attitude because it's way more fun than Pilates and lettuce. Well, actually, your PMA can help your Pilates and your lettuce be way more fun. So we really want to bring to you today this really amazing subject. I'm going to let Kate kick us off with this subject because Kate you did a 10 minutes with Kate on this recently, didn't you?
we've talked about staying positive before on my Wednesday night videos, live videos, but I wanted to get Colleen's take on it. So she didn't watch my video on purpose so that we'd have a fresh take to staying positive and the pluses that can bring into your life. It's so important to be positive. It's so important not to automatically let yourself go to the negative. When I mention something to somebody and say, oh, why don't you try this? They'll say, oh, but I can't because of that. Instead of looking at the positives, they automatically bring up the negatives. So Colleen, tell us how we can reset our brains, I guess, or our minds or our souls to be a more positive person.
Sure, Kate. So actually, it takes practice, and it's something that anyone can do, but it's not something that necessarily will just come naturally to everyone overnight. It literally takes practice. Like your brain is a muscle. So in order to work out your muscles to get, fit or trim you have to like work out your brain as well. And literally, this is all you do is you literally, when you think something negative, you stop and then you immediately think something positive. Really, that's really all it takes. Now, when you're getting started, the process can be like really annoying. I totally get that. I have been practicing a PMA for, probably going on about 7 or 8 years now, maybe longer. And I remember when I first started, I was never a really negative person to begin with. But when I made the conscious effort to really become a really positive person and change my life as a result, that was what you did. That's the key. That's how you do it. It's very basic. And just think the positive. And like what you said, Kate, is instead of automatically thinking like, well, but like just stop for a minute and think, how could that be? And instead of looking for problems, like look for how could that be an opportunity for something better or greater. Like it becomes your problems all of a sudden become opportunities, and maybe they won't work, and that's totally okay. But at least you're looking at them with a different viewpoint. Instead of looking at them negative, you're looking at them as like, maybe that could work. I mean, there's just story after story after story out there of people who have become successful because they were dealt a really big challenge or they were dealt a big problem, but they took that and said, how can I make this an opportunity? So really, that's all it is.
So I can see the benefits of being positive in your own life, just because it makes you happier. It makes you feel like there are vistas opening to your success. But can you give me some concrete examples about how resale and consignment and thrift shopkeepers could actually use this process of taking a negative thought that might pop up in their brain in the course of their day and turning it into something positive that will let them go forward? Can you give me an example or two?
Sure, absolutely. So, what I want you to think about is that I want you to think about you as being like a radio. You're like a radio station, and you can send out radio waves and you can receive radio waves. So when you send out radio waves, like when you send out positive radio waves, like that's like, think about it as like music playing in your store and music playing that your customers and your staff can listen to. So when you're thinking things and you're saying positive words, you're putting out more of that good, positive, energetic vibe that's happening. And have you ever walked into a room and you walk in this room and it feels really amazing and really energetic and you're like, wow, this place is really cool. And then you walk into another room and it's like, oh, like this totally sucks. Like this, there's no vibe. Like it doesn't have a good vibe. Like I don't really want to stay here. So that is the difference. Like there's one person's got to start it off, like one person, and that's you because you're the store owner. So when you have the opportunity to make somebody happy or make somebody smile or make somebody feel good, you're putting out good positive energy. And your customers have probably all kinds of crappy stuff happen to them. Like they could have 100 crappy things happen to them in their day before they come into your store. And it's such a wonderful opportunity for you as a store owner to be like, you know what? I'm going to make a difference in this person's life today. Like I am going to, you know what? We don't have a returns policy, or we have a no returns policy, or we have a all sales or finals policy. But you know what? I'm going to make this person's day, and they're really, really grumpy, and that's going to make me feel better, and it's going to make them feel better too. So when you make those positive decisions, and I'm not saying you have to like change every book in your rule book, but that's just an example of something that you can do to make a difference. You'll make yourself feel better. You're setting a good example for your staff, and you're keeping that positive energy. Because when you have to deal with something negative, it brings you down. And then remember, as the radio station, you're constantly receiving in and putting out. Like you're going to put out like a negative vibe, and the people are going to be like, ew, yuck. Like all of a sudden the energy changed in the store. Does that help? Does that offer? I'm going to check let me check our comments here, Kate. We have some comments. So let's see what we have going on here. Good morning, Jody. We have Jody on with us. We have Adele. Good morning, Adele and Ellen. Good morning, Ellen and Angela and Angie and Dawn and Jana. Hello. Just lots of hellos and good mornings. I feel so happy already.
You're positive that people are watching us. One of the things I think that shopkeepers are prone to do is to negativize things that really aren't negative to begin with. For instance, one more person walking through the door with armloads of clothes, or one more email with 15 photographs of a cat-chewed couch, something of that sort. Those really aren't negative happenings, and they're only negative if you make them negative. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, there's one more person I've got to deal with, think, my store is so popular that I'm pulling people in by the armload in this store. So start with that. Start with the interior talk, what you're telling yourself, and then try to make it external, whether it's turning to a staff member or a helper or a volunteer and saying, Oh, great. That lady looks like she might have some size 16s. We really need size 16s. You know, it's not being a Pollyanna. It's looking at the realm of possibility that being positive opens to you in your business and in your personal life. I've been doing that recently with friends. When they say something, I'm thinking, oh, that I will turn it around and try to make something positive. One really good way to get out of that negative thought process, to be able to clear it out so that you can think positively, one really good way to do that is to have selective hearing. Just because somebody says something negative or neutral or asks you an imposing question doesn't mean you have to hear it, doesn't mean you have to react to it, doesn't mean you have to answer it. You know, you can let water go off your duck's back.
I think that's so great what you just said, because like people think you have to respond. I don't respond to every email. I'm here to tell you, if you send me a nasty email, I'm probably not going to respond to it, because I just don't keep that junk, or I just don't have that kind of vibe in my universe. So I really don't respond to like negative stuff. And um there's always something good in to find in everybody. I mean, even if you have to look at someone and go, they're tall. Yep, that's my one thing. They're tall. Wow, they can see over a crowd at a concert. Good for them. Like, but yes, like just trying to turn things around. And another thing that I think is really helpful as well is create a kind of a positive little playlist on your phone, because sometimes you do just need to step away for a second. Like there are, unfortunate people in the world that will try to bring you down. I will tell you that the stronger your PMA gets, the harder it is for those people to affect you, because you literally like blow it off. It's like literally like a speck of dust off your shoulder. They really do not affect you. The stronger your PMA gets. However, create a playlist. Like listen to the lyrics of songs, listen to songs that have a really good beat. Find those songs that really make you feel good. They make you feel empowered. They make you feel like amazing and like, wow, yeah, this is why I do what I do. And keep that playlist handy so that you can go to it and listen to it whenever you need to. So I have a playlist. I also have a little book in my handbag, which my handbag is, it's a little green book. I can't put my fingers on it at the moment, but and it's full of my little handbag. My book is full of great like mantras and inspirational saying, and I carry it with me all the time. Like you can come up to me at NARTS and go, "Can I see your handbook or your little PMA book?" And I will pull it out and share it with you. But you have those things around, so they're kind of like your toolkit, your go-to toolkit when you are feeling kind of blah and negative. Another thing is, I keep my vision board. Like this is my vision board, and my vision board is like right here in my office all the time. So have a vision board for yourself and your business, and keep it in your office, and that helps to go back and take a few minutes to look at your vision board. And these are all like really, really, really cool things. So Kate, I saw you grab something. What kind of cool goodie do you have there?
I have a visual aid here today. My visual aid is a jar. This jar happens to be from pickled baby beets, but it is full of positive things. And this stays on the sales counter, maybe underneath or wherever, because it's for you and for your staff. And whenever you have something negative happen in your store, go ahead and pull something out of this jar. You can start off the jar with little slips of paper that point out every little thing that you do as positive in your business. For instance, we help reuse bags. We help give clothing 9 months more life. We help a young family outfit their first apartment. All of those things then add to this jar as positive things happen to you. Somebody gives you a compliment, somebody gives you a testimonial, somebody says, oh, I always come in here when I'm down because you guys make me feel so good. Write that down on a piece of paper, fold it up, stick it in the jar. Neighborly things. The hardware store guy came over and fixed your shelf just because he's a nice guy. Or Joe's mother, Mrs. Olympio, brought us a batch of freshly baked pizzelles. Whatever it is that happens, neighborly type things, testimonial type things, positive things that your business adds to your community and to the world in general. So you've got a whole jar, and I like to call this the A+ jar. So whenever anybody's feeling down, or whenever somebody's mean to you, or you see that look go across one of your staffers' faces that is a regret for being here today, pull something out of the jar, talk about it. Make it a big deal. Remember that couple that we helped decorate their wedding. They only had a budget of $100, and we managed to find them something. Remember that? And that'll get your positive vibes going again and refuel yourself for the rest of your day. Keep this jar, fill it up when you can, take it out when you can, and there's nothing wrong with putting it back in there for a second go around, because after all, we are recyclers, right?
So that is a really, really awesome idea, Kate. Thanks for sharing that. And I love this stuff so much. I've studied it. Kate and I were chatting a few minutes before we came live today, and I'm actually a certified instructor in this whole area, and I love it. And I am in the process right now of trademarking Positively Charged. So I'm going to be launching a whole new concept called Positively Charged, and it's going to be teaching 17 laws of success, basically taught by Napoleon Hill. But my whole little symbol, my logo for this new concept is B+, which means be positive. So I am really excited to share all this with you. I really hope that it made a bit of a difference. And I want to share one other thing. I made my own day timer because, well, that's just how I am. I want to manage my own stuff. But I don't know if you probably can't read this here, but at the bottom here, it says acts of kindness to myself and others. Every single day, I do 3 random acts of kindness every day. And I'm telling you, the results are amazing when you do that. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to do that because you're a store owner and you're out in the public and talking with people. I mean, I work from home, so it's a lot harder for me to come up with acts of kindness, but I always manage to do that. So 3 acts of kindness every day, and jot them down and try that. Just try doing 3 acts of kindness every single day. Make it a fun game with your staff. Get your staff involved. 3 random acts of kindness every day, and watch what happens. Watch how people's PMA increases. Watch how people's how they feel, how they're going to smile more. They're going to have more energy, and you'll feel a new vibe in the store. And you're going to start really making a different impact on your community because people are going to be talking about your store, and just, you might become known for your random acts of kindness. How freaking cool would that be? So, I mean, you're going to need 5 A+ jars to keep all of your good positive stuff in there. So, Lois, thank you. Lois loves the radio picture that we kind of talked about. Nancy owns a bridal shop, and she said positive vibes, definitely necessary in bridal, of course, because you're dealing with the happiest time for all of these wonderful women. And Dawn, good music makes me shop more, by the way. Good to know. Good music makes Dawn shop more. So I think it does me too. Dance, kind of dancing in your head, you're dancing, but you're singing along to the music and you're happy, you're in a happy place. So Kate, do you have anything else you want to share or anything else you want to talk about on this topic?
Well, I guess in summation, what we need to do is get rid of the buts and add in the ands. this woman's bringing stuff in the store, but I'm tired, turned into this woman's bringing stuff into the store. And that shows how popular we are and how much we can be of service not only to her, but to our customers and ultimately, of course, to our own paychecks.
Yeah, no buts. Just say no. Say
So
no.
that goes back to the Pilates Management Association, right? No buts. Go do your Pilates in your brain. Get your brain working. Get your brain being positive. The more positive you are, the more positive your atmosphere will be, and the easier it will be for you to be more positive all day long. And I'm positive that's going to work for you.
Awesome. And we just have Nancy said she does aromatherapy and also do aromatherapy in the shop, which is awesome because just the sense, like there's some great certain smells that increase positivity vibes. And Angie has set up the comments section of the day. Angie says, can anyone share their great vibes songs? I need some inspiration. Yes. So everyone in the comments below this video, everyone share your favorite positive vibe playlist songs that really kind of get you going so we can share them and we can inspire Angie and Adele. What a positive way to start the day. Thanks, Kate and Colleen. You are welcome, Adele. Always a pleasure. And I think this is a great springboard. What's that board? Springboard. The springboard into a topic for next week that Kate and I have talked about doing. And it's about making exceptions. Remember we talked about like doing a topic on making exceptions. We've had some conversations with different store owners about when is it a good time to make exceptions to your rule book. So this is such a great springboard into that. Do you think?
Oh, sure, for sure. Most of the times that you make exceptions to whatever rules that you have set up or you have decided work for your store are opportunities to be positive. And there are kind of some rules that you need to follow if you're going to make exceptions. And there are no exceptions to those rules. So that's what we'll talk about next week. In the meanwhile, everybody, as my mama used to say, go out there today and sell something. Sell your positive attitude to everybody else.
Awesome. Everyone have a super fabulous week, a really great day. Write your songs that really make you jam, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye now.